Hey guys, it's Jax. Welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about the two surgeries that I've had at the age of 17 now. So if you want to know about those, stay tuned. I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle and I'm the pen. So, I'm 17 currently. As you probably know, I have had two surgeries, which were both emergency surgeries, not really emergency for the second one, but both involved with going to the emergency room. And so I just want to kind of talk about both of those and why I got them and what they were and my experience. So yeah, I apologize in advance. There's going to be background noise because I have a fan going right next to me, as you can tell, because it's very hot and I'm dying. So yeah, my first surgery that I got done was my appendix removal, which happened 2019, I believe around August of 2019. I'll put the actual date if I can find it there. I can't really remember. I got that done because I was having a lot of pain and a lot of issues in the middle of the night one night. So I had to go to the emergency room because I called the on-call doctor at my normal doctor's office, and they said that I should probably go to the emergency room because it seemed severe enough to be a concern. And we went to the emergency room. They thought, the on-call doctor thought it was appendix issues. The nurse at the hospital also thought it was appendix issues and knew it was. So I went to Dartmouth and I was there. I arrived at 1 a.m. I left about 1 p.m. the next day. I spent all night in a bed in pain. They gave me pain meds, but they couldn't really do much. They didn't do any tests until 8 in the morning, and I stayed up all night because they said they were gonna do it, so that was kind of a mess. But they did testing and scans and stuff, and then they just did the surgery that day because it was really, I guess, swollen or whatever, and irritated. So I went into pediatric surgery that same day, that morning, around 10 a.m. I got out and woke up around, I don't know when I got out, but I woke up around noon. I was feeling pretty okay at the moment, and they basically just told me I could go home whenever I felt like it, and I was in the truck and going home around 1 p.m. So that was quick. I had 3 scars from it, one in my belly button and 2 lower ones. They're really small, they're only that long. They're super well healed by now. They're just little marks. So yeah, I had those 3. They had the little stair strip stuff on it, which fell off on its own after time, and I didn't have any restrictions. The surgeon told me you can eat what you want if you feel comfortable with it. You can do whatever you want except for swimming for the first X amount of days, and you can't shower for the first X hours. Other than that, you're good. So that was something I wasn't expecting after all of that, but I was fairly okay. It hurt a little. I have a super high pain tolerance, and I also was on pain meds, so yeah. But it didn't really hurt that bad. It was pretty much fine after the first day or two. I was walking around the first day after and so on. So that was about it. If there's any pictures to do with this experience, I'll put it here. I don't really have many because I didn't share it online, but I think I took a few pictures in the hospital bed to send to my boyfriend, so because he was trying to get updates because he had just gone to sleep when I headed there, so he wanted me to update him, and I was sending random hospital bed pictures hey, still alive. So yeah, that was that. And then later 2019, was it 2019? I might have these dates completely wrong, so I'll fact check myself in editing. But later on, I ended up having to preface this, a very long time ago, before either of the surgeries, I got ultrasounds done because I was having really bad back pain and they were trying to figure out what was going on, so they did some ultrasounds. And they happened to find during that process on accident that I had gallbladder stones. So my doctor warned me about that and said basically they should be fine, there's not that many and they're really small, but if you do have any sharp pain in like a specific area, I think it was like wherever the specific area your gallbladder is, I don't remember. If you have any sharp pain or something like that, you should go to the emergency room or go to a doctor and tell them that you have gallstones so that they know what's going on. But I didn't have sharp pain. I just one morning woke up and had super bad nausea and heartburn and a lot of pain, and I threw up like 3 times without eating anything. And I laid down to try to make it better, and the pain just started radiating around my rib cage everywhere. So it was really bad. So I finally went to my dad and I was like, something isn't right. I don't know what's going on. So again, we called the on-call doctor at my doctor's office, and my doctor's office was about to close at noon and it was 11 something. So she's like, yeah, you have to go to the emergency room. This time I didn't go to Dartmouth, but I went to the emergency room. They gave me some antacid and Tylenol, super strength Tylenol or whatever, through IV, and they were like, well, I guess it's not anything that's super crazy painful or an issue right away, so we can't do anything immediately for a surgery or anything, so we have to send you to get ultrasounds and then your doctor can figure it out with you after. So, spent the next couple days waiting for the ultrasounds, went to the ultrasounds, they did pictures, sent it to my doctor, waited for my doctor's response, had to go to my doctor's office, went there, she said it's probably something that you should consult with surgery about, so had to schedule a consult with surgery at Dartmouth, the same person that took out my appendix, and that took well over a month. During all of this, I was kind of irritated because if I was having issues, they put me on a really like specific diet, I think called the bland diet, which I guess I didn't have to be on the bland diet, but that's what they told me to be on because my surgeon told me none of that even really mattered. So, thanks, but I was following the bland diet and I was just kind of annoyed and worried because I didn't want to have more symptoms again and have to go to the ER again. So I was like, can you just get me in to figure out what's going on and get a surgery consult and stuff? But it took about a month. I think it all started in December and I didn't get into surgery until January, if I remember the time frame right. Again, I probably don't. Here's the information. But got the consult. The surgeon basically told me because my gallbladder can develop stones, there is the risk that, like, once your gallbladder develops stones, it will continue to develop stones. So even if you could live with those and, like, calm it and stuff like that when you have attacks like that, it's really just kind of a waiting game of when it gets serious enough to cause a real issue of a blockage or an infection or something like that. So, which is what they tested for when I was in the ER. They tested if I had a blockage or an infection, and I didn't, so they couldn't do anything. So he said, and it could get to a worse state, it's easier and better to take it out before it gets to that worst state where it could seriously injure you. So, that's when I found out I was having my gallbladder removed. So, scheduled that surgery. This time it was actually scheduled, so I knew it was coming before I went to an ER. And I went in for the surgery and I got that done, and that one I hated, I'll tell you that much. The surgery itself was fine, waking up was fine, but I was in so much pain, incredible pain and bloating and I had another 2 scars because they didn't well, 2.5 scars because they needed to open the belly button and then 2 other places, so they did a longer scar on my belly button and then 2 new ones, which are up higher, which have healed fine. But I guess because of the extra air in your stomach after surgery, you can get pain in your shoulders, they told me. They did not tell me how bad it would be. I can tell you that much, because it was bad. I was in pure pain for so long. I couldn't sleep. I did not want to function. I was taking as much Tylenol and ibuprofen as I physically could, and I was just miserable. I ended up sleeping on chairs and recliners for the first like 5 days. I had ibuprofen and Tylenol on a regular schedule as often as I could and as much as I could. It was mostly that shoulder pain, which was really sharp, and it was just terrible. I don't think I was able to lay down until like the 4th day or the 5th day, and it was still really uncomfortable. I slept in my own bed on the 5th day or something like that. I was like in tears crying over all of this pain, and I'm not bothered by pain very often or very easily, so it's not something that I was used to, which is why I was also freaking out a lot. But it healed after a struggle. The thing that I do notice is that now if I get super bloated, like just normal bloated, I will get that shoulder pain again. Not as bad, but like I'll get a twinge of it and I just freak out. So yeah, I also have a lot of issues with my digestive health now because of the gallbladder being gone, which they told me your gallbladder isn't really that necessary, but my body doesn't like not having it, I can tell you that much. So yeah, I've had 2 surgeries and I'm 17, and that is why I am trying to get a better health now, even though I have been for a long while, because I really don't want them to take out anything else. So I will talk about my health and my weight loss in another video, and that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this really rambly story time, and if you have any other experience with surgeries or you want to talk about your thoughts or ask questions that I didn't answer in this, then go ahead and comment down below, because I will respond, and I don't mind questions at all. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe, stay awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!